Wow, it's amazing where you see where they just ripped out the wall because there's copper piping right there. Can you imagine like having breakfast right here? You know what I mean? Like, look at your view. Look at your view in the morning. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and conquer the world because I can damn near see it from right here. Motown right up the street.
All right, that was a scene from Detropia, the new documentary chronicling the current state of Detroit. Joining us now, the co-director of the film, Heidi Ewing. And Heidi, it's great to have you on the show. Tell us
where's the Clint Eastwood? I wonder, Mika, is Clint Eastwood in this one?
You know what?
It's halftime
in America.
We asked him to be in the film, but he
declined.
declined.
Oh, interesting.
No.
So tell us what you set out to do, first of all, with this movie.
Well, I'm originally from the Detroit area, and so going back year after year and seeing my family and friends there, things really seem to be hitting critical mass. And being from the area, I wanted to explore it with our cameras. And when we went in there in October 2009, I saw a city in real distress that was, I didn't even remember it to be in such a crisis. And we sort of went in to find out what happened and sort of focus on the people that have not left Detroit, those who have decided to stay and really understand their world and see what it's like to survive in Detroit.
Breaks my heart every time I go there. And obviously the private sector's got to be part of a comeback. But right now we've got a new governor who's a Republican, new mayor Dave Bing who's a Democrat. What is your sense of their commitments to bringing Detroit back, and how have they done so far?
Well, I mean, obviously Detroit has a history of corrupt mayors and has very recently had a lot of problems with their politicians. But Dave Bing is doing his best. I think it's probably the most thankless job in America. And he and Governor Snyder are actually sort of co-managing the city of Detroit right now. It's in a consent agreement. I think they're very committed to the city of Detroit. I agree the private sector and entrepreneurship really is the future of the city, relying on the big three to sort of come back. It'll never come back the way it was before. And I think new industries, new businesses, and a real sense of entrepreneurship is what Detroit really needs. And I hope they foster that.
So when I'm there now, there's new stadiums, some new theaters, new restaurants downtown. What's missing? What are the next building blocks that have to go into place to bring the city back?
Well, you've got 139 square miles, and you've only got 700,000 people left. So it's just so vast. The public transportation system barely exists. So there's about 650,000 Detroiters that don't have access to that downtown area, to the stadiums and to the midtown area. And so really it's about finding a way that these communities can cross over, interact, and that other Detroiters can benefit from some of the revitalization that's taking place in this concentrated midtown area.
Who's your favorite character in your film?
Mr. Tommy Stevens. He owns the Raven Lounge. He's an entrepreneur. He's a former school teacher. He's got the last business on the block on the east side of Detroit on Shane Street. And this man opens the place Friday and Saturday nights, night after night, even if there's only 5 patrons. The Detroit Hamtramck plant is just up the street. He was hoping that the Chevy Volt would do really well. They would add shifts and his business would come back. Didn't happen in that way. But this is an entrepreneur, a man who refuses to leave the city. He could leave the city, but doesn't. And he keeps the bar open, and he buys houses and renovates them, and he has this optimism that people like him need to stay in Detroit for it to come back, and I agree with him.
All right, so where can people watch your film?
It's playing in many cities right now. It's a limited release, and it's opening in many cities every week because audiences seem to really want to talk about the issues in the film, like the shrinking of the middle class and what's happening to our cities. And so they just go to DetropiaTheFilm.com, and we have many cities we're opening in right now. So it's really exciting.
All right.
You know, as we look at these images, we look at the pictures, it is really, Mika, this looks like an amazing movie. Every time we go there, like Mark, it does break our heart. We want to see Detroit come back in a big way because it is such an important part of this country. The 20th century, Detroit shaped the direction of America. In 41, Detroit helped us get on the right track to beat the Nazis and to beat the Germans. I mean, this is a great film.
Heidi, you've done something really important here. The documentary is Detropia in select theaters now. Heidi Ewing, the film's co-director. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heidi.